Hey everyone, I'm Michael Cyger, publisher of DomainSherpa.com. If you want to learn about branding, you're in the right place. I'm going to be talking about my new venture, Resolution.club, and why I selected that domain name and that brand for my new application. Here it is.
Hey there everybody! No, your eyes are not deceiving you. I'm Angela St. Julien, founder of the Brand.bar HappyHour Chats, and I'm sitting here with Michael Cyger, founder and publisher of DomainSherpa.com, and we are actually in a bar.
Love it, right?
So, isn't this awesome? I'm so excited. We're here at the Domain Conference, and Michael was just so gracious and decided that he would come on and talk with us about his new venture, Resolution.club. What do you think?
Yeah, looking forward to talking about it.
Yeah, okay, so you guys know that Brand.bar does brands. So we're going to dig into that a little bit today, and we're going to talk about Michael's new venture, Resolution.club, and why he chose to go with .club.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm going to volley it over to you. First, tell us about it, what you do, what Resolution.club is,
okay,
and then why you chose it.
Sounds good. So I love to challenge myself and push myself past what I think normal limits are. So I've run marathons in the past. I've done different exercise routines. I have challenged myself to run at least 3 miles a day, 365 days in a row. So I just enjoy doing things probably more than the average sane person would like to do, although I haven't done, ultra marathons or anything like that. I like taking small steps towards a big accomplishment over a long period of time. And so over the past years, I've done different resolutions with friends, and I found them to be fun. We both decided we would, a friend of mine and I decided we were going to do P90X for 60 days and really get in shape. And it's a tough workout if you've ever watched those infomercials and got sucked in like I did. And so doing things with friends and family, bonding together, has always been something that I've been interested in. And so I finally decided that instead of tracking on spreadsheets and doing like that, I would develop my own system to allow people over spread out geographies to come together and instead of just posting a status update on Facebook or Instagram and trying to connect passively, that I wanted to allow people to connect actively on something that gets done every day. So we're going to do 10 push-ups every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I'm going to post it on my Facebook profile, and then people are going to see it, and then they're going to join the resolution, and we're going to track it all, and all of it's going to be public. So I can see if they can see if I didn't do the push-ups yesterday, and they can post a comment, and they can text me, and they can get on me, and exactly, or we can all achieve this great thing. And so I developed Resolution Club as a way to bring together those people and allow them to track it. It's not for everybody. People make resolutions all the time and fail, and the problem is that they don't have some sort of accountability. They need to define smart goals, specific, measurable, actionable, relevant, time-bound. Usually it's something small, so it's like if I want to lose 5 pounds, you can't make a resolution to lose 5 pounds. It's not a smart goal. You need to do something. You need to actually add exercise to your routine. So maybe it's walking 15,000 steps, 5 days a week. There's an actionable task that you can measure every day whether you're doing, and then at the end of the 30 days, measure the results against that. Maybe you increase at that point. Maybe you decrease it if you're, whatever the case. So that's what Resolution Club is.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So after one signs up at Resolution Club, are they able to actually pull other people onto the campaign, you know, midway, or do they all have to start together? How does that work?
So it's awesome if everybody can start together and if you can set up your resolution in advance. So if, for example, one of my friends decided to start a resolution to do 20 push-ups a day. I'm like, ooh, 20 push-ups. I don't know if I want to get sore, right? Everybody's worried about getting sore when they start a new routine, but I'm like, I can do 5 push-ups first thing in the morning, 5 push-ups at lunch, and like 10 push-ups at the end of the day, and sort of work my way in, and maybe later work up to doing 20 at one time, because it only takes like, you know, a minute to do. And so he posted it. I joined. My sales manager, for another one of our magazines, joined as well, because I joined on Facebook. My brother saw it because, you know, it's got this whole social network component. My brother, who's down in California, saw it and he joined. My friend who started the resolution, he was somehow connected to another gentleman in Seattle that knew me from years ago through a different industry, and he's like, oh, I know Mike Cyger from the Northwest Quality Forum, and he joined, and then so you sort of get this like network that sort of expands out because we're using Facebook as the basis to connect people on this resolution. So you get like this sort of organic growth, and most people will join before it starts because you promote it and you want to try and get as many people as possible, but even after you know, they say that 66 days are required in order to build a habit. If you do something for 66 days, you're going to build a habit and carry that forward. So if you make a resolution for 60 or 90 days, and somebody only discovers it 30 days in, they can still join. They don't, you know, it doesn't show up as like missed for the first 30 days. It shows up as gray, like we see that you just joined. And so people can still join late and be a part of the community that's coming together for this resolution. Yeah.
And with the different resolutions, we were talking specifically about exercise, but there's really no limit on the types of resolution. Like say I decide I'm going to stop eating cookies for 60 days. Or in my case, I actually did do a resolution, and it's to pray for the teachers and students of America for 60 days. So you can do any kind of resolution.
You can do anything. It's about building habits, right? And so if you want to do something on a regular basis, you need to do it regularly to build that habit. It could be praying, it could be, you know, actively thinking about stopping smoking, it could be something health related, it could be something nutrition, it could be, you know, I'm going to drink 8 glasses of water. I don't know who drinks 8 glasses of water a day. Like, that's a lot of water that they recommend to drink.
It's good.
8 glasses. We've had people doing praying, we've had people doing meditation, we've had I've got a resolution to call my mom once a week, right? Like, so it can be anything that you feel like is missing from your life that you want to add to it, and you want we'll send you reminders, and we'll help you drive that habit.
That's really good. Okay, so tell the audience how to get to your website, the URL.
So the URL is Resolution.club.
And as a brand, you've chosen to go in a different direction. You're not using your traditional .com. You're using what I call an alternative or new ending .club.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do that?
So I like to experiment. I like to try new things, and I like to see the results that I'm getting so that I can speak from a place where I've got data myself. I registered Resolution.club.com first. And I think I can't remember if I registered it on the drop or if I hand registered it. I can't remember. When I had the idea and I'm like, what do I want to do? I want to drive change. I want to help people improve. I want to, you know, allow people to make resolutions and help them stick to it. And so I did a bunch of brainstorming around the brand that I wanted to create. I liked the whole community aspect to it. I wanted to bring in social media. And so club made sense to me. I'd have to go back and think about the original inception of the idea, but I liked Resolution Club. It clearly identifies what it is. It's a brand. People, if they hear about Resolution Club, they know exactly what it is. And then, so I thought to myself, do I want to operate on Resolution.club.com and then worry about somebody else buying Resolution.club, and maybe that will be bigger someday. Even though the .com dominates today, 10 years from now it might be .club, and especially, I know Colin and Jeff from .club, and they're doing a great job promoting .club and driving business for Coffee.club and Soap.club and all these other businesses that are starting. Or do I want to take the Resolution.club and go that way and be slightly different? The new GTLDs separate yourself from a traditional .com, and so it gives you a little bit of differentiation in the industry. So I decided I'm going to give it a shot. I like the .club guys. They have hustle. I want to be slightly different. I want to give it a shot and learn about data. And there was enough positives that made me think I want to go with Resolution.club. Now, I'm not going with the new GTLD and foregoing the .com. I redirect all traffic from ResolutionClub.com to Resolution.club. And I've already experienced, even in our beta testers, the people that are in the system, I've already experienced people saying, so where do I go? ResolutionClub.com? I'm like, yes, you go there. And it's going to redirect.
It's going to go where it needs to be.
Exactly.
So you really can't lose here because you have your .com and the .club. You're protected on all fronts.
Correct.
Here's my next question. This is just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Do you see Resolution.club as something that you would be offering as an app?
I do. I think eventually it needs to be a native app because as the market continues to mature, more and more people are going to be working off their phones. The newer generations only are using their iPhones, or Android for the most part. So we will move onto a native application for Android and iOS, but I want to perfect the system first on the web. And so we are targeting Facebook first as the social network, which is typically older. Like my 14-year-old is not on Facebook, right? She's on Instagram, she's on Snapchat. And so I'm targeting people that are 30 to 50 right now that are on Facebook, that have big networks, that could probably use some sort of, personal improvement, have some goals, and and that's where we're gonna perfect our metrics, the displays, how we notify them, and then eventually we're gonna move into an app. Yeah.
Now, will an app accept an alternative ending, or do you have to use a .com for an app? How does that work?
So an app resides on the marketplace of that operating system. So Android has a marketplace and Apple has a marketplace. You don't even need a domain name in order to have an app. So if you look at Snapchat, I'm not even sure if Snapchat owns Snapchat.com. You don't go to the web to do Snapchat. You download an app. So really, apps are agnostic to web URLs. But if you want to reach everybody from 15-year-olds up to 65-year-olds, you need to go app and you need to go web. You need to cover the entire range.
Right, because not everyone's going to be on the app.
Right.
Last thing. I know I said that about the last question, but if you're going to have an app and it doesn't need the website, does that mean that you now have to go and trademark so no one else can create what you've got on the web as an app?
Yes. Yes, that is a good question that I haven't gone far enough down the line. The trouble with a domain name like Resolution Club or a company name like Resolution Club is that it's descriptive of what we do. It's a club where people come together to do resolutions, and you can't get a trademark for a merely descriptive phrase. So
So you just have to be first to market.
So you got to be first to market.
Yeah.
So if it's on the App Store and you want to use the title, the subject for your app as Resolution Space Club, then you got to be first to the market, which Apple, a lot of developers realized in the past. If somebody does listen to this and they go like, I'm going to go put up this throwaway application for Resolution Space Club, I could always do Resolution.club or ResolutionSpace.club. There's alternatives that would still.
Authority anyhow.
And if I have enough of a user base with the website, then it would translate over with user base to the app.
Okay, so that means that you have a new resolution potentially. Be the first to market for your app.
Exactly. I
Send
do.
yourself notifications and updates.
Exactly.
We can make sure that you stay on track.
That sounds great.
Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on. You guys, you can learn so much from Michael Cyger. If you want to check out everything he has to offer, everything that he's doing, go over to domainsherpa.com, and you would just be excited at all the resources you can find there.
Thank you so much. And this is an important podcast because branding is one of the most important aspects that a lot of startups don't get. So I thank you for having me on the show and talking about branding, my thought process around Resolution Club, and choosing a sort of a descriptive brand and getting those monikers online. So thanks for having me on.
Thank you so much. All right.
My pleasure.
We should have our drinks.
Cheers.
Cheers.